Hello, very good morning.
Hello, very good morning.
Welcome to class 36, 35 of my quantum mechanics of my course on physics 2. We are now living with electromagnetics. Last lecture was all about Michael Faraday and his law about how electric field is produced due to the time rate of change of magnetic flux. So magnetic flux, if it is time varying, it can produce electric field. That is a message from Michael Faraday. We have kept it in the differential form. We have interpreted it. We have solved problem with that idea. So today we will move forward. So to make summary of the entire discussion, you have studied electrostatics, which where charges are static and the electric field has got its finite divergence. There was a net flow of the electric line of forces. Electric field has got zero curl there, so it was okay. It has got no vorticity. After that, charges start to flow at a definite rate. That is the study in case of magnetostatics. In case of steady current, Parseval's law and Ampere's law we have studied. That talks about the production of magnetic field due to the flow of the current. And now, after that, Faraday came into business. Told that any variable magnitude, that is variable in time, obviously, any very magnetic field or changing with time can produce a electric field. Now I can focus on the part of that. Can a change variable electric field can produce magnetic field? That will be question. So that is the idea of the any variable magnetic field, whether time rate of change of electric field can produce magnetic field or not. And so basically that is the objective of the class. We'll try to know that is production of magnetic field due to the change of the electric field, time rate of change of the electric field. Okay. So that is the main focus of the class, and outcome is that after attending the class, you'll be able to explain a new type of current called displacement current. Displacement current actually talks about the specific type of current which exists even in vacuum. Okay, it's a hypothetical current because its time rate of change produces magnetic field. So that's why, okay, it is, sorry, it's hypothetical current because its change produces magnetic field. That's why it is defined as a current. It, if you have to explain the action of capacitor, there also you need the concept of displacement current. So you'll be able to explain the origin of displacement current. We'll focus on all these things, but recap of the earlier topics. And you know, most important idea in our class is obviously the concept of vectors. চুপ চুপ গোপাল obviously this is my 35th class. This is me. You can contact me about these phone numbers. The major concepts are coming from vectors is the concept of gradient, divergence, and curl. You take the gradient of a scalar. They will remind you. You take divergence of a vector. Divergence means flow. Okay. And again, after that, the concept of curl is there. Curl is all about the vorticity of the vector. Okay. Okay, you can see these are the velocity vector. These are all common sense. Line integral means work done. Surface integral means net flux coming out of the surface. You can see there. And volume integral means total volume, which is enclosed. Okay. Another idea is the connection between volume integral and surface integral. Divergence of vector quantity is going to produce divergence of the volume integral will be divergence of a vector for A. The divergence of A over the integral over the volume dV is equal to its surface integral A dot ds. Okay. The connection is another Stokes theorem connecting line integral with the surface integral. Okay. Line integral of the vector is equal to the color of the vector. Green's theorem is also there. Stokes theorem is valid for 3D, it's true for 2D. And this is the electric charges. You see positive electric monopole can exist. Okay, this is the Gauss's law in another important. There is a definite divergence of the electric field. Okay. So now here in comes the Laplace's equation. It is used to calculate the magnetic electrostatic potential in a problem. Electrostatic potential in a problem. Now Weierstrass law talks about creation of magnetic field due to the steady current flow. And now we did solve some problem. These are the variety of problems we did, just to remind you. In case of a long wire, in case of we did a lot of different type of problem. The forces between wires. Okay. The Ampere's law talks about line integral of d dot dl is equal to the net current enclosed and the number of turns. Okay, this is the Ampere Ampere circuitous differential form, that is divergent side will be zero, electric field is non-zero. The meaning I told you. There is no net flow of the magnetic flux, and there is no net flow of magnetic field, but there is a net flow of electric field. And these are the in line. Okay, currents of magnetic field is zero, non-zero, electric field is zero. Electric field has got no vorticity, magnetic field has vorticity. We applied Ampere circuit on the variety of problems that you can see here. Variety of the problem in case of a long conducting wire, to know the magnetic field outside the wire, inside the wire. Okay, the concept of solenoid. Okay, that idea also I did it. I shared with you the how you explain the current flow through a solenoid. There is a point outside the solenoid. At a okay, you can see the loop I am creating there, and also you can do it for the point inside the solenoid also. Actually, the one which is in the direction of the length, that is only going to contribute. It is the mu zero Ni type of quantity. Fluoride is also there. That now it is the magnetic flux. These are two problems we did. So now this is a Faraday's law. Okay, it talks about that. If you push in the magnet, okay, then flux linking changes, and you get the production of EMF. Okay, beautiful example. Okay, I requested you to see that example. When you push in the magnetic field, magnetic flux linking changes with the circuit, and EMF is generated and current flows. Okay, these are some beautiful example for you. And okay, I have actually kept this Faraday's equation, this Faraday's law in different form in your class, and I have actually considered variety of cases for the solution of the problem. If you could recall. Okay, variety of cases were there. The again the whether the time varying cases there, all these things are there. So this thing I discussed. Okay, now I will actually move okay into the discussion of displacement current. In order to explain this displacement current, one thing I should try to tell you, the main experimental pillar of this electromagnetic theory is obviously a Coulombic concept, then Ampere's law, and this Faraday's law. So all three I have been discussed. I have discussed in front of you. Faraday's law has been well explained in your class. These are the variety of forms of the Faraday's law. So with this in mind, I request you, if I introduce the concept of displacement current, I request you to look at the small discussion I am making now. This is connected with the production, with a very important equation. That is the equation of continuity. Try to realize it. Okay. See, if Q is the charge, you can see here dq dt is a current flow. So electric current is defined as minus of I is equal to minus dq dt. If dq is a charge in closed volume V and is leaving a surface area, as then we have surface integral current is equal to surface integral of J dot ds, and the volume charge will be equal to volume integral of the charge density. So J is called current density, and in this expression, this is the rho, and rho is the volume charge density, and J is called the current density. So we may now write down this equation in this form. Okay. If you look here, this I, if I can replace this I with the help of this equation, and I can replace this Q with the help of this equation. So left hand side becomes surface integral J dot ds, right hand side becomes ddt of volume integral of rho dv. You can see there on the screen. Now we can explain. You see, so therefore this is the form. Now you can use Gauss's divergence theorem, by which you can write down surface integral J dot ds equal divergence of J dv. So this is volume integral is divergence of J dv and minus volume integral of del rho del t dv. If you remove, compare either side, you can say by comparison, you see you'll be having divergence of J plus del rho del t. Okay, volume integral. You can say 0 or any for any arbitrary surface. It becomes divergence of J plus del rho del t equal to 0. Okay. Now this equation is the famous continuity equation. This talks about the conservation of charges. Okay. Or you may say somebody writes it in this form, that divergence. Okay, this will be needed today. Okay, divergence of current density is therefore minus of del rho del t. Okay, this is the continuity prescription of continuity equation. Now this idea, let us explain, apply it in case of a capacitor. You see what happens. গোপাল, কথা শোনো, ভুলভাল করো না। গবু করো না, মা কিন্তু বকা দেবে তোমাকে, বারবার ধরে বলছি গবু, মা কিন্তু মারবে। গবু তুমি কি আমার কথা শুনবে না গবু? So therefore, if you look at the equation now, you see, to introduce the concept of displacement current, what I need to first consider the case of a capacitor. You see, I have taken a parallel plate capacitor. This is a parallel plate capacitor, which is containing a charge plus Q, and the other part is the minus Q charge. The surface, the area of the plate is two plates at A. Separation between the plate is D, and in between, dielectric is air. So because there is a charge separation there, so there will be an electric field established. Okay, so the air is under electric field, and this is the AC source, so I am passing some current IC through it. So the C is the capacitance. So the current flowing through the conduction current is equal to dq dt. Now, you know, this is a famous formula, Cv equal to Q. So that formula we can utilize here. C stands for capacitance, V stands for the voltage developed, okay, across the capacitor. That is basically uh, mm, V by D is actually the E, and Q is the charge. So basically, if you put the value here, Q is equal to CV, ddt of CV. So basically, it becomes C dV dt. So this is the expression of the current. If I use the expression of C, that is the capacitance in presence of free space, there is epsilon 0 A by D. Okay, that is the expression of the capacitor. So my job is to replace this C. আরে চুপ কর না, পুরোটা রেকর্ডের মধ্যে ঢুকছে তো, চিৎকার করে যাচ্ছিস তখন থেকে তোরা। গোবো ঢুকতে পারছিস, বসে বসে থাকতে হচ্ছে না। So I is equal to, so you can see here I can replace this C with the help of epsilon 0 A by D dV dt. Okay. So my expression of I will now there will be epsilon 0 A by D. This is the expression of C dV dt. Okay, this will be the expression of the current time. So from here on, I can actually write down. You see, I'll go to the next page. I can actually write down I dq dt. Okay, this is the replacement of C here is here epsilon 0 A by D, and you see I can write down this dV dt in this form. What is dV dt? You see electric field E is equal to, you can see here electric field E is equal to voltage by length. So E is equal to V by D. So ED is equal to V. You can see here. So D, if I take time derivative, dV dt is equal to d dt. So this dV dt therefore can be replaced as d dt and epsilon 0 A by D. So d cancels. So basically I am left with, it is like epsilon 0 A by D dt. So d cancels. So my next line becomes epsilon 0 A d dt. So from here on, I can write down A can go to the denominator on the left side, I by A epsilon 0 d dt. So I by A is the current density J, or I consider this D the displacement current density, epsilon 0 d dt. Now here D stands for epsilon 0 E. So, or in other words, we can say JD is equal to JD JD is equal to del D del T, because if I get this epsilon 0 E inside, then becomes del D del T. Okay. So now we can now further write down. You see, so with all these things are now coming from the concept of the case of current flowing to a capacitor. Okay. What I did simple thing. If this is the expression of the current, if this is the expression of the current, in this expression I have replaced C with the free space value and dV dt accordingly. Okay, and after that I get an expression of the current density to the capacitor. So this is the current density inside the capacitor. Okay. Now let us see. We have to put some physics into this expression of the current density, or how did Maxwell actually introduce this in the case of Ampere circuital law. So let us discuss that issue. Okay, what Maxwell did. You know, in order to do so, let us do this one. Now let us look at the Ampere circuital law. You see, this is Ampere circuital law. Curl of B is equal to mu 0 J. So if I take divergence of on the other of the equation, divergence of curl of B is equal to mu 0 divergence of J. Now left hand side is 0. So basically this tells divergence of J is equal to 0. Now by continuity equation, you see this gives me divergence of J is equal to minus del rho del T. So this is a prescription of the continuity equation. So the idea is that this divergence of J is 0 is coming from the by just from vector identity. Now this divergence of J is equal to minus del rho T. It is coming from the prescription of the continuity equation. Okay. So the idea is that this can be 0 if there is no rho. Or in other words, if there is finite charge density, then this okay, understand, then we should be having some problem. So this is a prescription of the continuity equation. The vector identity is telling me divergence of J will be 0, but continuity equation is telling me no, divergence of J is equal to del rho del minus del rho del T. Okay. So if they only it is true, you see these two equations will be in agreement with each other. If rho does not change with time, if rho is static or rho is 0, that is only case of static case. But if rho changes with time, that is for the time varying charge density, then obviously there is a problem, there is a mismatch. Because by vector identity, problem is that by vector identity, I am getting divergence of J is equal to 0. But continuity equation tells me, which is the conservation of charges, divergence of J equal to minus del rho del T. So what you notice, there is a disagreement between the two ideas. There exists a disagreement between the two concepts. Okay. So now what you have to do, Maxwell actually observed it. So Maxwell made a correction to this idea of continuity equation. Now what is the correction made by Maxwell? So let us witness that. Okay, Maxwell's correction to the continuity equation. Now what Maxwell did is this much. Maxwell has taken up this equation of okay, in this equation of Ampere circular law, he has added one extra term. This is the additional term, and he identified this term. Now you do the same thing. You take divergence of curl of the vector. So on the right hand side also mu 0 divergence of J plus divergence of M. Left hand side is 0. So now you have got divergence of A is equal to minus of divergence of J. So now by continuity equation, divergence of J is equal to minus del rho del T, as you know from continuity equation. You can identify that M now. So divergence of M is equal to minus divergence of J. So if we put the value, it is plus del rho del T. So that means divergence of M is equal to epsilon 0. Okay. Del del T. You see, if I look at this equation, divergence of E is equal to rho by epsilon 0. So from here on we can write down del del T of, you see, rho del T can be taken as, you see, rho by epsilon 0. So if I use this, if I take a time derivative of this equation, del rho del T is equal to Gopo, উপরে কোথায় যাচ্ছিস? তোর মা তো নাচানাচি, তোর মার তো প্রোগ্রাম আছে। Del rho del T. So this is epsilon 0 del T of divergence of E. So basically this is becoming like epsilon 0 del T of divergence of E. Okay. So this is divergence of M is equal to this much. Now divergence of del T of divergence of E we have kept here. So divergence of M, you can see, you can write down epsilon 0 divergence of del T. Okay. So obviously M is like epsilon 0 del T. Okay. Now epsilon 0 into E is D. So you may write down M is equal to del T. Okay, M is equal to del T. So therefore curl of B is equal to mu 0 J. Okay. Curl of B is therefore equal to, you can see it's mu 0 j. If I replace the value of m del d del t, it is mu 0 j, okay, plus, okay, del d del t. Now that we are defining this, if this is j, this must be something like current density. So that current density is the, this is our, okay, I'm talking this as the displacement current density, okay. The idea is that, you see, if you do not understand, this is mu 0 j. Now next term is also a dimensionally current density like quantity del d del t. So that's why I call it displacement current density. Idea is that this change in this j, okay, if there is a current flow, I get a magnetic field. So this is the conduction current density. It is producing the magnetic field. So that's why I'm calling displacement current density. That's why also a magnetic field is produced. So this is because it is producing a magnetic field, because a magnetic field is there on the left side. Okay, and we know magnetic field is produced by steady state steady current. So J is the conduction current produces magnetic field, and so that means del L is the other current, that is now we call it displacement current producing a magnetic field. So therefore, if I look at this equation of again, curl of B is equal to mu 0 J plus del D del T. Okay, del D del T is ZD. Okay, so as I mentioned here, one magnetic field is produced. Okay, how it is produced? By because of current. This is the conduction current. Okay, and because conduction current is producing magnetic field, so that means we can say a current is can produce magnetic field. Okay, so similarly, this quantity del D del T must be some sort of current, which is, or this, or it is representing some sort of current density dimensionally. So that current, because the idea is simple, a magnetic field is produced by there if there is a current flow, if there is a current density. So conduction current is producing magnetic field. Similarly, this must be some sort of current which produces magnetic field. This is called displacement current. So this is the Maxwell's correction to the Ampere's cycle law. Okay, this equation is the Maxwell's correction to the Ampere's cycle law. Maxwell has made this correction to the Ampere's cycle law. Okay. So with this in mind, let me get back to the PPT. So Maxwell has made this correction. So that is only contribution of Maxwell actually. After that, you see whatever I told you, it is written here. Okay, in differential form. Maxwell has given, actually he has clubbed Gauss's law, surface integral on E dot D in integral form Q by epsilon 0. Surface integral B dot dA is equal to 0. Okay. That is the total electric flux lines coming out is equal to the charge enclosed. No magnetic monopole exists. Faraday's law, E dot dr is equal to R, B, E dot dl is equal to D del B del T. Okay, changing magnetic flux linking produces EMF, and this is Maxwell's correction. Okay, it is in integral form. Okay, curl of the integral you can write down this way, but we will be more happy with this differential form. That is what I told you. This is the integral form of the Maxwell's equation. Okay, now whatever I have actually expressed my discussion in differential form. Next lecture, actually, I will make more discussions on Maxwell's equation. I make one conversion into another. Okay, from differential form, integral form, all these things I will do. Okay, don't worry. Thank you.